Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Who's That Anime with your host Steve and Colin. We're here for the second episode of season 16, talking about Gantz. Did we actually? I don't remember dropping the name of the show last time.
Oh no, we did.
We did, yeah.
We did after a long diatribe of talking about how we decided to go and do something more miserable again.
Yeah. Happy World of Gantz. It's a bit more violent. Is it?
It's
more
definitely
gore.
more violent. It's
More gory.
definitely more gory than Kino.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's less violent. More violent. I mean, there's a lot of violent subjects in Kino, like mass genocide and the poet killed himself because the poet wife killed herself, and then the robots killed themselves, then the cannibals
they did
hit all the people, and then the fiery deaths at the end of that village in the lava.
Well, I've got our episode title, which is I wouldn't say it's less violent.
Oh, there you go. Comedy gold.
Comedy gold. So yeah, more Gantz today. We're into episode 2, season 16, and we're going to be talking about 2 episodes of Gantz today, episodes 3 and 4. Starting with the confusingly titled K, You're Awesome. Why is he awesome?
I don't even remember that bit.
That's the name of the episode.
Well, I suppose it's kind of starts off with the green man, the green onion man,
Squishing
the Yakuza. The Yakuza guy didn't see. The Yakuza guy looked quite tall, and but he's been lifted multiple times.
He has. Also, it is probably worth noting that the father alien green onion man is also taller than him, who is already quite tall.
Yeah. Did I mention that he was crying blood out his eyes at the sight of his death?
You did not, but he is definitely crying blood out of his eyes.
Yeah, and they're like, "What?" And then he just like slaughters them. No, actually, no, he cut the Yakuza guy in the head.
He's about to. It's about to get wild.
And the guy goes, "Don't shoot!" And so the teacher shoots him. And it's like, do you shoot your kids that tell you to do something?
I like that he surmises. He's like, you know what? I'm human. I don't think it works on me.
Yeah.
And then a couple of seconds pass, and he just bloats, and legs, lower midsection, all gone.
Intestines hanging out.
Oh yeah, he is absolutely done.
We're doing content warning again in this one. I mean, it's a bit late now.
It is. Okay, sorry. I should have started. Content warning. I'm sorry about the intestines and stuff. This show is like crazy violent and also has some sexual violence and some not so great stuff. So if it's not your bag, I totally understand. We totally understand. Go and watch that other one that I've forgotten the name of already. Angelic Lair.
We have other ones that are like...
We do. It's just I'm trying to think of like one that's very wholesome and yet has that kind of competitive and fighting in it. I was trying to find like one without racism or...
Yeah, what was it? The Mysterious World of Suzuhima.
I mean, that's not violent. It's very sad at times, though.
I mean, yeah.
If you're looking for like a good time, it's maybe not the good time.
And
you're looking for.
Suppose you don't want ghost stories, because
you don't want ghost stories. You don't want school days. You probably don't want Lane.
You
don't want Golden Boy. You don't want you maybe don't want
Cowboy Bebop.
Also pretty violent. Cowboy Bebop's probably not too bad. Again, we're just kind of... We don't really cover a lot of... Yeah, we discussed this before. I'm a misery vampire, and any chance I get to choose something, it's something that, sucks.
And
in that way.
I just feed it.
You do. Just like, we should make him watch School Days. We should make him watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. And I was suggesting, Hero. What was that? What that was a weird one about it's kind of a weird time Groundhog Day one about people dying violently,
Oh, yes, you did.
but it's
And
like 4 seasons long apparently.
it immediately piqued my interest.
Pretty sure you said you tried to watch it once and it's like, no, I can't deal with that. Cause,
Yeah, I think like sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it's like, not today.
it's basically kids.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's like the first time I went to watch Logan,
mhm.
and I was like, got half an hour into it, I was like, this is a lot. There's like, oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll come back to this.
What's I think the reason I got to watch that though is because on my 4chan days there was this flash
Oh, yeah.
animation, and one of the characters, yeah, she's just
The knife head one.
yeah, and it's got the laughing policeman song over it,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And so I watched it, and I was like,
Holy shit.
that's rough. Anyway, we haven't actually covered that one yet, so that's something that.
Well, hey, maybe we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Go watch Angelic Lair if you not like.
yeah, go and watch Angelic Lair if you don't want to deal with this
Yeah.
madness. So yeah, that guy's guts are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Then the teacher and the Yakuza, one of the Yakuza members, the remaining one, everyone is trying to deal with it and just gets cut to fuck.
Well, the blonde guy is dead pretty much before anyone else in the last episode. His head kind of
You're right.
Explodes because he just kind of grabs it and.
I forgot about that. He just claws his head to death.
Yeah. And then everyone else kind of arms or become armless, essentially.
Yeah, everyone is immediately disarmed. And I don't mean that their weapons are removed. I mean that their arms are removed.
They're relatively harmless after that interaction.
You have the right to remain armless.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, shit.
Yeah. And then, but Kato has came up and says, "Don't shoot! Stop it! Don't be doing this!" And it was all too late to save the kid. And then he was like,
Yep.
"Sorry, Mr. Green Alien. I tried to stop them, but I couldn't." And he came up and he was saying things. He's like, "Oh, you don't understand."
He was about to try and get him, and then the Yakuza guy kind of half wakes up and empties a whole clip, normal gun, into the big guy and drops him temporarily.
Yeah, he falls down. He's like, "Oh wow," and then he's like, "Oh no, sorry, I don't want to harm you," type thing. And then Kate just basically tells Kay and the girl to run, and as he's like, "Oh shit, I don't want to die, but you guys save yourself." And then he kind of backs over the railing at the edge of the street, which is a drop down a grassy slope.
Yep.
And tumbles back.
And then he's gone.
He's gone. And everyone, they both kind of run because they're like, "Oh shit." And then, because Kato, they start waving guns at him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, like, "You're a bit too close, mate. Stay away. I've got a gun."
Yep.
And then the other Kay's got the gun, and neither of them shoots. Which is brought up later in the episode by the girl.
I was gonna say she's such a big voice in this of like, how come you can't just do things? Why can't you win the day? And it's like, how about you do something?
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, well, that's Kay's inner voice, I think, at that point. Yeah.
To be fair, that was my inner voice as well. It was like, he doesn't he doesn't need me to protect him because he's a massive ass, but at the same time, you're like, well, no, not his job, but it could also be yours. It's his as much as it is yours.
You could have done it.
Yep. Anytime. Anytime.
Yeah, so they're basically...
Big chase.
run.
This most of the episode.
Yeah,
Big chase.
just basically run away from the guy. He's running away, and then they cross the street, and some car goes bump.
Yep.
Did I hit something? And they're like, "Oh, what? Did that? Is he dead?" And I think they stop and have we go under, and then realize he's not dead, but the people don't know what's happening there, and and Kay actually goes, "Hey, can I get a cell phone?"
Yeah,
First
and he
up-
tries to walk through him, and is like,
Yeah.
"Huh, something here."
And the other guy's like, "What? What do you mean? I thought there's an invincible thing here." And but Kay was a bit nasty to him in the first place. Hey, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, can I borrow?" And then he's like, "Oh, can I borrow your cell phone, please, mate?" It's like, fuck.
He's his usual awful self.
Yeah, and then the green alien appears, and it's like, "Oh, time to go." And
Yeah, because they're like, "Oh, well, I think we can go." And then the alien goes, "No!" and smashes the front of the car. And it's like, "Well, you're not driving anywhere now."
yeah, and it's like, what the hell happened to my car?
Yeah.
Because they don't see him either. And they run, and he's like, and the girl's like, "Oh, you just left Kittle there. You might be dead." Type thing.
Yep.
You could have shot him, and it's like, you
Fuck
did
you.
the same thing as me. So like, don't bring me into that conversation. That's all. That's you as well. It's not just me. It's you.
God.
And there's a lot of reminiscence about his childhood and stuff. Because
Yes.
something-
Remembering how, like, well, actually, it's this is like when he's conversing with Kato, right?
yeah, Cattle. So it's basically when they got drawn into the room, Cattle's like, "Oh yeah, you used to be so cool. I used to look up to you," type thing. But you changed. You seemed a bit more different. You're not like that defiant type person you've been beaten.
No.
And he was like, Kay's like, "Yeah, you're changed too. You're not. Don't seem to be the crybaby that you used to be." Because he was like that. And he's like, "I remember this time when you jumped down the stairs. That was cool. And then the other time when you jumped off like the bridge on top of a
On top of a moving bus.
moving truck to get away from those bullies. Like that's pretty cool." It's like,
And I was
yeah,
like, yeah, that was pretty cool. I am cool.
yeah,
And
and that's why
this
he's
is
awesome.
where he does discover the at some point during the chase he discovers that the suit that he's wearing seems to be able to get, I think it's when he's running to jump down over like to the grassy verge or something where
Yeah,
Kato is.
but
Uh
before that is he takes the girl and then they get cornered into an alleyway. And
that's
he's
right.
like, "All right, time to man up. I used to be good at this. Let's do it." And he runs around and he goes through the legs and slides by the guy and
Yep.
runs over and then gets chased by the green guy. He just kind of ignores the girl and chases the green guy. I suppose because
But-
Kay's pointing a gun at her.
Because he's the threat, right?
Yeah, he had the gun.
And he also is he was also standing next to the whole scene that happened when the kid was killed. Kato and the girl were slightly further back, but he was closer to the...
No, Cal was closer.
Was it Kato that was closer?
Because he's the
No,
one.
you're right.
Because he moved
He was the
over.
one at the back with her.
Yeah, he was the one that went forward and tried to tell them not to shoot the kid up. Stop
That's
it.
right. Yeah, makes no sense then.
Anyway, so he
He gets the runny power.
yeah
His-
he runs and then he's like, "Okay, I can just jump down these stairs like I did as a kid."
Yep.
And he does, but unfortunately,
Jumps like 100 feet.
he launches on the all the way down the hill, which is oof.
Yep.
He's like, "What the fuck? I'm flying." Kettle's woken up now. It's like, "Oh, okay."
Yep.
And then he kind of lands, bashes into the wall, which kind of get a big bash in it. He did it well when he was running away from the dude. He kind of run around a corner and he bashes into the wall and it actually gets a big like crack in it, a dent. And it's
Yeah,
like,
it seems to like enhance his muscles.
yeah, 100% does that because and then he lands and it kind of comes down and then Kettle comes up because the green alien just kind of rolls down the stairs like a droid from Phantom Menace.
Yep.
It's just It's like, what?
He
All right.
does.
What the hell? So and then Lance is right there, and he's like there in front of Kate, and Cat all gets up and gives a chokehold. It's like, I'll save you. You got to get out of here, type thing. And he's like, all right. And then
Such heroic nonsense.
and then pretty much, it's very Galvatron.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of lifts up his razor sharp finger and just slices his wrist.
Yep.
And
it looks as if it's just a bit of blood at first, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, so he like cut him a little bit,
yeah,
and then he's like, oh no,
I've lost my arm.
and then his hand like it just kind of disconnects a little bit and falls away, and you're like, oh, okay.
And then I didn't know that about arms, right? But are they just? Is it just one giant tube of? Because that's what it looked like in that picture when the arm kind of chopped away. It was just a big wide hose of blood gushing, and I thought, I'm pretty sure that's not what an arm looks like.
I think the problem is in Gantz that most gore is represented by a wound being a blood fountain.
Yeah.
And yeah, he like does this tiny little nick, and it just kind of goes blah,
And then
and falls away.
Did you ever watch the movie Tokyo Gore Police?
Yes.
That's a horrendous movie, but that was the same kind of style of blood, especially the end fight. The end fight was impressive.
Yeah. It's like Ricky O.
Ricky O.
Have you never watched Ricky O?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, Ricky O, big recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, big recommend for Ricky O. Yeah, worth a watch. Wild movie.
Less tentacle monsters.
Definitely no tentacle monsters.
That's fine. That's what put me off Tokyo Gore. The fight at the end of Tokyo Gore's end of it was pretty good as well, because the guy loses his leg, both his legs, but instead of like being like unable to do anything, he just like flies through the air with the pressure of blood flying from his legs.
His blood fountain legs.
Yeah, and his samurai sword.
It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. But yeah, poor Kato is lying on the ground, bleeding out. Which Kei gets really angry and just starts punching the absolute snot out of this big monster. And yeah, he like basically gets to the point where he's winning, and the thing is begging for its life by saying, "It's like, please take my green onions, please take my green onions, please
forgive me." Well,
forgive me, please.
He grabs the arms and basically has the power to crush its arms and stop him from moving.
Yeah, yep. And as the kind of alien is backed away and a little unsure of what's happening, as is Kei, because he's not sure where this has all come from. The ninth grader uncloaks, and, like uses some sort of snare gun to like tie down the alien to the ground.
Yeah.
He's like, we did it.
Yeah,
good job.
We're net gun. Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I'll let you get the points. If you can kill him, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It's just not the end.
This is the end. It's literally that bit. The end is him going, it's like, you can have the points.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man.
Yep.
I was really happy that those people got their comeuppance and died.
I mean, I think that's the general consensus of the people that are pretty nasty and horrible are going to die. There's not many shows will keep them alive.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Didn't even do it in school days.
No, they did not. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about this one then?
It's a better 7.
Okay.
It's better 7. I was on definitely a lower thing. It's more stuff happening, more entertaining, not so many bad things happening. More,
To the wrong people.
yeah, there's more positive feel.
Bad. More positive violence.
More positive violence in this one. It's like there's a reason for like them needing to kill the guy.
Yep.
And there's a reason for the guy needing to kill them.
Yes. Not just child murder.
Not just straight up, oh, just kill this thing because you get money.
Oh man, this episode is so going to get taken off of YouTube.
No, I'll be fine. Maybe. Better put that warrant right at the start.
Yeah, right at the beginning.
Right
I tend to agree. I don't think. I don't know if I like this as much as I like the previous episodes, despite there's just a lot of nothing happening in this one.
Yeah.
Punctuated, like bookmarked by big events.
I don't know, man. There's more in it than nothing. Like I said, there's a big backstories. I'm pretty sure you had some backstories of like where I think the girl and Kay, when they're running away, have a like, oh, what does it matter if I die? Bit in it where it's like no one really cares. And I think the girl is the same. Well, I mean, it must have been something of similar thing since she was a bathtub suicide.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, these episodes just lead directly onto each other.
Yeah.
Because this is going from K, you're awesome, onto episode 4. Okay, here are your scores.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like the sub, but scores was spelled with a K.
A K, I saw that. Yeah.
But then later in the sub,
not in the Wikipedia entry.
Oh, later in the sub, they spell it correctly.
It must just be a typo.
Yeah, but they do it twice though.
Oh, really?
So they do it with the title.
Uh-huh.
And then when they get to Gantz, because you find out the bottle's called Gantz. And he brings it up. It then says scores, and then Kato or K basically says, I wonder what my scores are. And they spell it right.
The same?
And they spell it right there. But it's just when Gantz says it.
Interesting.
A K in it.
Interesting. Well, this one picks right up from the other bit where, that alien is trapped and Nishi is saying to Kay, like, hey, you get the points, just murk him. Just kill him.
And Kay's like, where you been?
Yeah, what the fuck, man? He's like, I've been around.
Yeah. This bit here, right, it's confusing because the time jumps all over, because every so often you jump back to the globe with the timer counting down.
Oh, yeah!
I swear
there's 10 minutes left at one point, and then there's 40 minutes, and then it goes down to half an hour again.
Yeah, it's like, I swear it was like 5 minutes at one point.
I think in the previous episode it shows 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And then at the start of this one, it is showing us like 30 minutes left. I'm like, hang on.
Yeah,
hang on.
What's going on? Yeah. Anyway,
weird.
So there's a big conversation with Nishi says, what's happening? Oh, yeah, you can have the points. What? Oh, I see in your eyes type thing. You're like me. And it's like, I ain't nothing like you. You like the thrill of things dying. You want to see what it feels like for things to die. And it's like, no, worst thing I ever done is let's buy nude magazines. It's like, I'm not like you. Sure you are. And then this whole kind of conversation. Kittle's currently bleeding out in the background.
He is just dying.
And the girl is like, oh, Kittle.
And he's like, oh shit, yeah, he's bleeding out. He refuses to kill the alien.
Yeah, it's like...
And Nishi eventually uses the thing and like doesn't kill him, but like un-3D prints him.
Yeah, and it's like red RGB lights take him away.
Yep. And he's like, what did you do to him? And he's like, oh, I sent him away.
Yeah.
Where to? I don't know. Somewhere up there.
Up there, yeah.
Who cares?
It's gone. And then Nishi says, well, let's go. We can go home now.
Yep.
once we've done this, we can get to leave and go home.
And it's like, oh, but what about Kato? And is like, Kato, and is like, no, if he's dead, he ain't coming.
Yeah,
He's not coming back.
yeah.
Like, he's like, when you're dead, you don't come back.
But
You need to be you can be damaged,
yeah,
but you need to be alive.
and if you're damaged, then you're fully healed.
You're renewed.
Yeah.
Which explains the whole wrist thing. In the first episode when she appears, where clearly there was a wound in her wrist, but not anymore.
I mean, same with the Yakuza looking at
Yeah.
bullet holes in their clothes, like, eh?
It explains the cancer. It explains the being hit by a train and decapitated.
That doesn't explain the hitting by a train and getting decapitated.
No, nothing explains that. It explains the fact that they're alive after it, but not why they were decapitated by a train.
Yeah, that wouldn't. No.
You remember that cartoon, the
Happy Tree Friends?
No. Like an actual kids cartoon. The Crash Test Dummies.
Alright, yeah.
There's toys where you push the buttons and like the heads fell off and the limbs came out and stuff like that. It was basically like that.
Yeah. But that's not how that would work.
Probably not.
I don't think it would get your head.
No.
Well, it depends how fast the train's going through the station, I suppose.
True.
And
it was an express train.
But would you just like bounce forward? Would it? I mean, don't know. Anyway, so they all get kind of teleported back to the room,
including Kato eventually.
Yeah, well, everyone's kind of mourning Kato because he looks like he's dead. Because he's just like unconscious, with a pool of blood.
It's the three of them. It's Nishi, the girl, Kei, and then something starts to come across and it's like, oh, wait, the dog? And he's like, yeah, the dog always comes back. He's useless.
Yeah. I love the dog.
It just kind of goes like...
I mean, apart from... As soon as he came back, he's like back at her, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's like, I don't need to see that.
Yeah, just as they're mourning the loss of him, he begins to come back, fortunately.
Yeah, because it kind of goes back and you see all the other guys, their bodies get decomposed because there's a chip in their heads and it kind of explodes up.
Yep.
And then you zoom on him and he's like lying there in a pool of blood and then you see his finger twitch.
The other people going away was very sort of Invader Zim, leave no evidence.
Yeah. Oh, all the blood.
Yeah, leave no evidence, and everything just goes.
Yeah. Anyway, and then Nishi starts explaining that there's a score, and he goes, "Gantz, show us the score." And he's like, "He's not listening to us." And there's like, "What? Oh yeah, the spear's called Gantz." Oh, did he call him that? No, someone else did.
No, someone before me called him that.
Yeah.
How long have you been here? He's like, a while.
A year.
Yeah, I've seen a few people come and go.
Yeah, it's been the first time in a while that it's not just me come back.
Yeah, because they go through the scores where Miss Mellons, because she didn't have a name, gets a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Kato gets a 0. Kei gets a 0. And Nishi gets 3 points. He's like, 3 points? Come on.
Yeah. And he says, "Is that good?" Well, they're saying it's good. And Dog gets 0, which is his best bit.
Dog gets 0. Yeah, the dog gets 0.
And then he's unhappy that he got 0.
Yeah.
He's like,
It's worth mentioning as well is that now Nishi has 90 points.
Oh, do we get to see the score?
I think it does show you his tally.
All right.
Because it's I don't think we get that information, but I think what we're eking towards here is that there is a way out of this.
I don't think no one never gets that. It's not explained.
He doesn't say that.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
Why else would you continue to do it?
I assume that you don't have a choice, but
well, you do.
And I don't know. I don't remember it's been explained at this point.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like there's an implication that there's something driving people.
I mean,
and if you're tallying points and for a consistent basis, there must be a reason.
Yeah, But at the same time, Nishi's just seems like he likes to kill people.
I mean, he
was,
does. He's kind of broken.
Because he was getting a bit of a thrill when he was supposedly killing the alien or something. He gets really
He loves it.
Excited. Really excited.
He loves it. And then they proceed to like say, "Hey, you better answer our questions." And he's like, "I guess, like if the stuff I know." He's like, "No, don't know that. No, don't know that. Here's the thing I do know. It's not really much. You know, cool. Like you're a dick."
Yeah, let's show all the people it's died, and he sticks his finger in the ear of the guy.
He does. He tunes in Gantz by sticking his finger in his ear.
Yeah. And then it shows like I see the people at the bottom. That's the people from today.
Yeah.
And then there's like I don't know, a good 6 lists of at least 20 people per row.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But they do get to leave. That is the thing. Nishi then just basically walks out. He's like, you know, we'll be back.
He didn't just basically walk out. He cloaks himself and walks out.
Yeah.
Because I think they started threatening him with a weapon at that point.
I mean, fair enough.
And he's like, "Yep, I'm out of here now. Answered all the questions I want to answer. Bye."
which was none. I didn't answer any of your direct questions, and I gave you some other vague information. I hope that's okay now.
And then I think there was a moment that was like, "Why didn't you tell the stuff when you first came in?"
With the certain things like that, he's like, "Yeah, because I don't want you to survive."
yeah, I don't want that.
More points for Nishi.
Yeah. It's so they kind of go home, and then Kay's at home.
I was going to say, actually, he does say, he's like, because the other people distract. That's why he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
They're good distractions.
Yeah, they're good distractions. I think it laughs at it. Laughs at it and then kind of just wanders out and says, "See you next time."
And then, as he said, Kay goes home.
Mm-hmm. And he's watching stuff. He phones his mum. He goes, "Hey, Mom, how's it going?" And she's like, "You want money?" He's like, "No, I just gave you a call." And nothing really. Alright, cool. Click.
Bye.
So you can see his home life is not great.
No.
Because I think he also lives in a dorm.
Yeah, he lives in an apartment on his own.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yep.
He wakes up there the next day and kind of is questioning whether any of it was real or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts to see the news and sees about, the deaths of those people, the Yakuza members and the teacher and the politician, and he's like, uh-oh. And then it's like, uh-oh, wait, maybe the subway thing didn't happen. It's like, also, apparently 2 kids were killed in the subway, but
they all disappeared. Everything got erased.
And he's like, oh, but my bag should be, my umbrella should be through here if that didn't happen, right? And then walks through and sees the suit and the gun just lying on his chair.
Yeah.
Which is a bigger indicator of whether it happened or not than the umbrella, I feel.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, guess it did happen."
That's it.
That's the end of the episode.
Man.
This doesn't do anything. This one just does nothing, man. I'm sure there's... I don't know. I'm sure maybe we jumped ahead in bits.
I mean, even if you did, though, the gist of it basically is the outline of this episode is essentially alien goes away, you get points for killing aliens or sending them home or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Once you complete the mission, you go back. If you get hurt, you can come back. If you die, you don't. You get points. The points maybe win prizes, it seems. Nishi doesn't want to tell anyone anything because he really wants people to die so that he can survive. Mm-hmm. The dog always comes back, and here we are. We're gonna come back. We'll be back here in this room doing a thing at some point.
And the dog doesn't get any points.
The dog gets no points. He always comes back, but never gets any points.
And he's... But the dog great. Just the reaction of the dog, because he understands that he needs to get points. I mean, he's unhappy that he has no points. He's visually unhappy
He is.
and walks
He
away.
is.
Um,
Poor dog.
talk
So what
about
we thinking? How you feeling about this one then?
well, the credits. Let's talk about the credits. Did you watch the
Okay.
credits
Maybe.
where they're just kind of the three of them, Nishi, Kato, and Miss Mellons, is walking along through a street, and Miss Mellons is looking at Kato because she's kind of loving him. It's like, oh, yeah, you're in love with him, and she's like, no, I'm not. Yeah, you are.
Oh yes, I did watch that. It's like you were really quick to start liking that guy, weren't you?
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
Yeah. And then Kay was with that, and then Kay should also mention, it's like, I wonder if I got a good score.
Yeah, he was like, I did stuff in there, and
Yeah.
it turns out he didn't.
No, he ran away and stop the alien. Anyway,
He did punch the alien down.
yeah. This one is kind of a nothing kind of show. There's not much happening.
Yeah.
You got a bit of prelude to what potentially is going on. So maybe a 6 in this one for me.
I would tend to agree. I think this is very much an info dump episode where we just needed to have some narrative to help drive forward a few things that we think are important for people to know for the next episodes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. End credits. Yeah. So the end credits is she disappears, and then
Yes.
Kato looks behind and goes, oh, she's disappeared, and stops, and then he disappears, and then Kay's left there. I'm just wondering, is that foreshadowing for what's going to happen in the coming episodes? Dum dum dum.
We'll find out
Find
next
out
time.
next time. But anyway,
Because we'll be back. Go on.
you were going to say some other stuff before I interrupted you. But
No. Nothing important.
I'm all over the place today.
That's all right. That's what these episodes need, Colin. They need a shotgun, scattergun approach to considering how they actually work.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like I think like the main points of these things, like these ones are not like really narratively coherent. They don't. The information is not required in order, which is why you're not remembering it in order. Like it's not vitally important that this thing happened before this thing or this thing happened before this thing. It's mostly just the facts for these ones, because all these, like particularly actually the first 4 episodes, all they're really doing is setting up where we're about to go.
Yeah.
Because like we're now at the point, as Nishi said, it's like, well, see you around. It's like, yeah, you will. Turns out we're probably going to do this dance again sometime soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I remember who the next enemy is. So,
is it Red Onion Man?
No, I don't think there's any more onion people.
Oh, no onion people.
No. Yeah, this show gets wild.
Oh, I should mention the guns had X-ray.
That's right.
Function on it. That's how they knew it was an alien.
Yeah, that's right. Good point.
Even though they were green.
Good point.
And totally didn't look human.
Yeah, even though definitely not human.
Unless they had
that
jaundice.
Confirmed.
But jaundice
is yellow normally, because
gangrene.
He was. I mean, if he's gangrenous, he's not long for this world. If it's his entire body.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back next week to talk about more Gantz and continuing on in our 16th season. So, as always, you've been listening to Who's That Anime, an anime podcast, which can be found where all good podcasts can be found. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. If you wish to support the show, you can do by leaving us a review. That would be super cool. If you have already left a review or can't leave a review for whatever reason, another way to support the show is just tell a friend about us and, Share the love. If you want to help us in some form of financial way, you can by going to patreon.com/who's that anime. You can join in on the various tiers there that get you early access to episodes, including our second podcast, 5 Minute Fusion, a journey through Dragon Ball. That's something you could maybe think about and consider. But also, other than that, we also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/who's that anime, where we post new episode releases, occasionally some anime memes. We have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the show notes. We also have a YouTube where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of these episodes. That's at youtube.com/@who's-that-anime. And of course, the RSS feeds for both podcasts, Who's That Anime and 5 Minute Fusion, can be found at YouTube if you like to listen to your podcasts on YouTube. Sometimes in our spare time, Colin and I like to play some games. Colin at twitch.tv/couchfuel and myself at twitch.tv/hailpayman. And you can find archives of all of those games at youtube.com by searching for @couchfuel or @hailpayman.
Oh, I can't wait to listen to that one back, because that was a slip right there at the end, I think.
Did I?
I think
Did I
there's a
fuck
slip.
up?
Yeah, no, it's just the wording. And I was like, oh, maybe we should listen to that.
Maybe?
But about the games, I think you said, I like to play games, Colin. I think you missed some.
I don't think I did.
Or maybe I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past either of us for me to have been wrong or you not to be listening, so,
Yeah,
teach their own.
it's just your general blurb at the end. It's like, all right, I'll have to listen to that.
Right, I'll give it a listen back after we're offline.
I think it'd be quite funny. Anyway, yeah, it's
Cool.
that was us. That's us for another episode. As we're saying, next week it's episode 5 and 6, like you said, right?
Yep, 5 and 6.
Oh,
That's what they say.
yeah. I don't know what to do. I'm rolling out. I think.
Yep.
Uh,
Transform and roll out, Colin.
Transform, roll out. See you next week, everyone. After that. Quality.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Wait, just put that in. Just for the hell of it.
Bye.
Bye, folks.